Hello, everyone, and welcome again to my exclusive talk show, Take Perspectives with Prashant. Today's episode is going to be pure and sparkling because today I have someone from Aava Water, one of the best natural mineral waters in India. I am excited to introduce you all to Shiroy Mehta, promoter at Aava Natural Mineral Water. Shiroy has a demonstrated history of working in food and beverages industry, and I'm excited to know his tech perspectives on black water, sustainability in water industry, and how he is using automation in driving the digital transformation. So sit back, grab a glass of refreshing Ava water, and let's dive into this invigorating conversation with Shiroy. Hi Shiroy, thank you for joining me today on Tech Perspectives with Prashant.
Yes. Prashant, it's a pleasure to come on your platform and speak to you. And it's a pleasure to speak to you anyways, since we are connecting after so much time, and I cherish the memories with all my IIM friends.
Same here, Shiroy.
Yes.
So let's get started. Tell us more about your role at Ava Water and the idea behind starting T Lab.
So uh, I will first speak about Aava since it is 99% of my time and energy. Uh, Aava is Aava was begun by my father in 2005. uh, Mehta ji. He's a real estate and entrepreneur by heart. He began in 2005. And at that time, there were only 5 to 6 natural mineral waters available in the market. When we began, and today in 2023, we have become one of the largest bottlers of natural mineral water in India, with a pan-India presence in 440 cities. And we bottle and recycle upwards of 5 crore bottles a year. And Aava, along with being a natural mineral water company which produces natural mineral water, also distributes and markets and sells its products. So it is a unique one-stop shop for natural mineral water market or bottled water to say, with our own depots, our own production unit, and our own sales and marketing teams. So my role in the company is purely operational. I look after the day-to-day operations. My father looks after the overall strategy and the legal aspects of the business. And very recently, true to the family business, my sister Avanti, she has joined us, and she is looking after the digital strategy and the overall branding and communication of the business. And hopefully, my father and I will be able to train her to join us in operations too, because one more hand is just a better thing than he is better than two always. When I speak about T Lab, uh, I joke with Megha that my wife, that it's a sort of a passion business, and
Hmm.
it's something that I am not able to understand, because it's purely driven by her passion and her interest in peace. In fact, the work that she does is very, very high quality. It's very, very niche, and true connoisseur is Megha, and she tries to portray that in the brand. In DLab, all that I do is again handle the operations, and I have got a team set for the same. And we have been, growing by word of mouth, and we were always online first in that brand. So I guess that it gave us a small type of platform to relate and to get the right audience at the right time. So it's been around since 7 years, 8 years now, if I would, if I think about it. And we've served so many million cups of tea along the way that it's quite an achievement to do it without any resources at all whatsoever. And I'm a lucky man because my wife is a tea sommelier and my sister is a water sommelier. And I, in the middle of them, am a yarn sommelier, I guess. So, it works out well for all of us. So that's how, I fit in. I'm very much into the operational and financial aspects of my business. And I look after and try to ensure that the businesses keep going.
So there are so many questions that come from the intro itself. But
Yeah.
let me start with Ava water. I remember tasting it for the first time when I was on IM campus with you, and it has that unique taste that stays, right? And you use the word natural. So tell us a bit more about natural part of water because we hear a lot of packaged drinking waters, and Ava
Yes.
is different that ways, right? So little bit on that piece.
To begin with, we must understand bottled water as a category. And when I say bottled water, I mean every single product which is sold as water by whatsoever name in a plastic or a glass bottle. Aluminum cans currently are not allowed by the legislation. They may be allowed soon, they may not be allowed. It's a matter of debate. And we have to wait and watch as the standards. As far as bottled water goes, in India, kudos to Distillery and Ramesh Chauhan sir is one of my business idols because I aspire to create a brand like Distillery. They are synonymous with water. So there is one kind of water which is like Distillery, which is the common packaged drinking water which you get in your homes in the RO filters, and basically Bisleri, Kinley, Aquafina, they package it on an industrial scale and pump out in
Hmm.
bottles, and it's more a distribution game than anything else. But that's how it is. These waters are called packaged waters, packaged drinking waters, and there is a ISI mark behind each bottle, and the number of the license is 14543. It's a long number, but I mean you see it regularly, so you remember it. IS 14543. Similar to them, there is another category of water like Aava, like Tata's very famous Himalayan,
Hmm.
which are natural waters. So what are natural waters? Nowadays, people think that oh, spring में से भर रहा है, mountain में से भर रहा है. Actually, there is no water source in India, which is this is unfortunate truth that there is no true water source in India above the ground, which is a good water source. There is some kind of contamination, maybe due to the farming, maybe due to man-made pollution, etc., etc. And any true natural mineral water, has to be tapped in a protected, confined aquifer. So the real secret of the natural mineral water is in its source. Okay, where does that aquifer, which you tap, confined
Hmm.
aquifer, get its original water from? What is the origin? What is the source, the origin of the water? So in our case, the origin is 89 kilometers away from our plant in the northern Gujarat Aravalli range.
Hmm.
Uh, Himalayan source is, maybe their plant is in Ponta Sahib and their source is 400 kilometer away in the Himalayan range. Avian, which is a world famous natural mineral water, all Wimbledon, everybody uses it, world famous. Their source is 60 kilometer from their plant in the Alps. But every single natural mineral water, you know where the water originates from. And that is the reason why they are so special, because they imbibe the characteristics of that region, and since they are from confined protected aquifers, think of it like this: we withdraw water from a sandwich of the earth. It protects the water from the top, it protects the water from the bottom, and that stream in the middle is coming from a source which is known. So that is a true natural mineral water. And that is the difference between the two products. So when people ask me, "Hey, why don't you bottle Ava everywhere?" I
Hmm.
can't, because I can't get this quality of water everywhere.
Right.
And that is why natural mineral waters are expensive, because you have to cart them from one location where you bottle it to
Hmm.
various locations across the country or the world.
Right. Near production is not possible. Right.
It is possible, like if I want to go to the Himalayan range and build Ava
Hmm.
from the Himalayas, it is very possible. But then you have to be clear that it is Ava from the Himalayas. It cannot be Ava which is having origin in the Aravalli Hills. It's a totally different product, especially for a person like me who loves water, who drinks like 5 to 10 liters of water, who goes out and appreciates it. It is a totally different product, apple and orange. in
Exactly.
the same product category. But
Hmm.
coming back to the BIS point, these are natural mineral water certified by BIS under IS 13428, which is a natural mineral water standard.
Hmm.
So one side there is Bisleri, Aquafina, Kinley. The other side there is Aava, Himalayan, and Avian, and all are certified by the ISI, including
Right.
Avian. Recently, uh, anything I realize now, instead of saying more, I just say that anything other than these two type of products is legally not, as you are taught in IM, law of the land does not
Hmm.
stipulate for any other product other than the type of products I have just discussed with you. Either it
Understood.
can be a packaged water or it can be a natural mineral water. There is nothing in between.
Hmm.
You have to have a ISI mark and you have
Right.
to have a FSSI mark. That is a compulsion. So that is the gist of it.
That is very insightful. Yeah. Thank you,
Yes.
Shiroy. So next question that comes to my mind is water
Yes.
industry is often filled with myths and misconceptions, right? Of
Yeah.
late, there is some talk about black water that is coming in.
Yeah.
So can you discuss some common myths in this industry and how you are addressing them as a leading and a differentiated entrepreneur in this space?
Well, Prashant, to be truthful, since you know it is not in my style to speak about a competitor, but what happens is that these type of products sometimes are not good for the Indian customer because good factory. Ultimately, it is without a BIS mark. And what happens is that that just means that the testing facilities and the plant is not up to the mark of BIS, and hence they don't have a BIS mark. It prompts a slew
Shiva,
of
we
yeah.
have to record this answer again. बीच में नेट
Okay.
गया था. So let's start again.
Are you sure? बाकी सब आ रहा है ना आपके पास में?
हाँ, बाकी सब सही है. So यहाँ से
So
we'll
where
start
should I
again.
start?
From this answer that it's not in your nature to talk about competitor. वहीं से
Yeah.
शुरू करेंगे.
Although I'll start again. So uh, it's not like me to speak about my competitor in the open, but it's not even a competitor for us. It's a totally different nascent category, which is unexplored and unlicensed. The problem is that in India, when something becomes big, people start catching on, and then small plant people who find it difficult to make ends meet in a competitive packaged drinking water market. I mean,
Hmm.
just to let you guys know, today, since I'm speaking out loud, this industry is plagued with low cost. The
Hmm.
retailer takes upwards of 70% margin in certain markets. And if you go and talk about Gujarat or Maharashtra, people sell 1 liter bottle of 12 boxes for 55 and 60 rupees, 5 rupee bottle. Now, how do you expect to earn money in this type of industry?
Hmm.
That is the reason why when something like Blackwater comes out, unlicensed, booming, all the celebrities are endorsing it. What happens is small players, they start moving away from BIS market. They take these unverified, unrecognized, and not approved by FSSI ingredients, which are imported. They add them to the water, they don't test them, and they sell it to the customer, and the customer drinks it because a celebrity is drinking it. Now
Hmm.
the celebrity has nothing to lose, and I mean, they will consume it because they may be getting paid for it, they may not be getting paid for it, or they think it's cool to be with a bottle of black water.
Hmm.
But the poor customer who buys it and consumes it, and suppose it is not from the leading brand, who is also unlicensed, but it is not from the market leader, maybe who has the best plant, it is from a local vendor, then that creates health hazard, that creates unlicensing. It makes it very difficult to control these type of things. As an industry person, all that I can do is educate the customer because my purpose is not to stop anyone's business. My purpose is to ensure that business is legitimately done. There
Hmm.
has to be competition. Competition is great for the category. It only creates more awareness. For me, everything that is an adversity for other business people has only created more awareness. So I feel competition should come. They should spend money. They should make people aware about the category, and that's how. Like for us, we were always alkaline. Ava is the OG alkaline water. Since
Hmm.
2005, we have a pH of 8. But we started using that in the branding only after COVID because that's when the customer got aware that water is good. Just imagine Aava is serving naturally alkaline water since 2005. It's the
Yeah.
true OG. But to put it into our branding and to get the audience to that maturity level, it took 15 years. So I feel that in some way time takes its own course, but I feel that the see water is either it's packaged or it's natural mineral water. You can
Hmm.
go ahead and add as many drops of fulvic acid in your water and make it look black. It's just fulvic acid. You can
It's
get
not
it from
natural.
the market. There are dime a dozen players in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, Maharashtra. You don't even need to import it from the USA. You can come here and create the formulation and do it. But ultimately, remember, it's added to a drop to a bottle of RO water.
Hmm.
He's adding a fulvic acid to RO water and they sell it as a black water. It just looks black. Other
Hmm.
than that, the health benefits of this type of scientifically engineered product will never compare to Ava, Himalayan or Indian
Right.
because these are natural products. Natural calcium, natural magnesium, natural pH. It's even good for your skin. There's 13 mg silica, my water, Ava. So I mean, these things you just don't find in an artificially engineered product, and that is the reason why some things are fads. And ultimately, as I told you, time will heal everything, and
Hmm.
these fads go away with time. People will consume it now, and they'll forget about
That's true. That's so true. Because water is like a necessity. It's a very simple product that anyone can have, and it's omnipresent, right? There is no place where you don't have water.
it.
So
Yes,
misinformation is very easy to run by. People get carried away by so many things, and education is a constant thing that should happen.
correct.
Uh, and you said absolutely right. It's a slow process.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen quickly, and nature takes its own course. Gradually, people learn.
true.
Yeah. So Shiroy, next is about digital, right? Digital
Yeah,
is in a way a new norm in every industry. In fact,
correct.
post-COVID, it has become the fabric on which business is done. Whatever business you name, digital is definitely one lever in that, one channel in that. So so how does food and water industry in general leverages technology and innovation? And in your case, how you do it for water and tea products as you reach more and more audience pan India and probably even outside India. So how is technology is an enabler in your case?
Prashant, I will start by saying that uh, in adversity only, like necessity is the mother of invention. For food and technology, necessity is equal to COVID.
Hmm.
Food brands adopted technology. I'm talking about not only Ava, I'm talking about Britannia, HUL, ITC, in India, PNG. These guys realize के बॉस हम पीछे छूट जाएंगे अगर हम लोग कोविड के टाइम पे रीइनोवेट नहीं करेंगे. And I
Hmm.
feel that the sort of brands which are now being created online are going to last for a really long time.
Yeah.
And the advantage is going to come for companies like the new age companies, like I call myself new age. So Ava in water, say Sepoy in a tonic water category, or you talk about a brand like Boat in the electronic goods category. Now,
Hmm.
all these people built their businesses online first. Although we were a legacy business, we started doing all these activities very seriously in the first wave of COVID personally, because till then the focus was purely institutional, B2B, and captive retail.
Hmm.
In COVID time, when everything came to a halt, we had no option. We had to start going online. And at that time, luckily for me, because of T Labs experience in Amazon, from 2015. I had listed Aava on Amazon in 2019, in July 2019. So I had 1 year of experience of Amazon and some sort of client base developed by 2020. But that was in the few hundreds. In 2020, when the first wave hit on 1st Jan, we had started the website on my birthday. And we had revamped our website rather. And my sister was also full-time in the business then. And COVID came. And I remember on 1st May, we did the lowest sale in our 17 years of history. I mean, it was such a bad day because nothing was on. It was lockdown, national lockdown. So at that time, we realized that was if we want to build a sustainable brand, then we need to have business at all times. And we launched our website, and some magic happened in COVID. The magic that happened was we decided that we will start investing money in social media ads, primarily Facebook and Instagram. And Prashant, the response was unbelievable. It was so unbelievable that in the last 3 years, post-COVID, online sales contribute to 25% of my business.
Wow.
I am having my own Amazon-enabled warehouses across the country. We are our own FBA. We are now supplying material from 40 cities pre-COVID to 440 cities post-COVID. And I think that, I'm not bragging, but I think that there is a metric which no company can match, is the lifetime value of the client. In my case, it is till the client lives, we'll buy our order. So I have got 65% repeat clientele over the course of last 3 years, which is just unbelievable. We have still to reach a efficient scale in terms of transport. We are still we do have difficulty in packaging. Sometimes it breaks when it goes to a remote location, but we have kept on trying to improve. And today, I'm very, very happy to say that it is our e-commerce revenues are 25% of our business. Our brand got enhanced because of the sort of branding that we did online. We launched our glass bottles completely online during COVID, and we had the support of few beautiful B2B partners like Oberoi Hotels, etc. Today, we are India's largest glass bottle manufacturer in the mineral water category. We manufacture close to 10 lakh glass bottles a month. And that was our online first product. I feel that it has been a real blessing for us and a new way to do business. My father told me in 2011 when I joined that by you please make a business model where I sit in Ahmedabad and I supply all over the country. He had the vision 12 years back. I didn't have the vision. And today when he sees Aava going everywhere, we do 200 plus deliveries of online orders a day across our 6 depots and across 440 cities. And he's the most pleased person because he always wanted to have a business model like that. What happens is that the promoter gets buoyed because of such a response. And we are putting our second facility because the first facility will exclusively cater to our online business and premium clients. And the second facility will be ultra fast facility which will cater to the B2B clients. And that is the advantage of having an online business because you can scale very fast. And for the first time, social media advertising gives you a tool to measure how much money you have earned for every rupee you spend.
Right.
But it has, I can tell you with authority that the same ad that I used to do for 1,000 rupees a day in 2020, I am not even able to do that ad in 10,000 rupees a day now. I don't get the same response. But I have the advantage of having a good relationship over the
Hmm.
last 3 years, continuously spending monies on these platforms, building relationships with Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, and today, we have an in-house team which manages everything. And we have not outsourced this work; we do it ourselves, and we have developed the capability to do it in-house,
Hmm.
which helps us to do curtailing of lot of costs, and we are able to invest much more in these platforms, than working outside currently.
So this is exactly what we like. I work for Unicorps, and this is into IT modernization, right? So they work in areas like SAP and Salesforce and digital, basically. So when we meet MDs of SMB space, this is exactly we want to tell them that you need to start early, because if you start early, you build credibility in digital business, and eventually this becomes a main revenue source for you over a period of next 3, 5, 7 years. Because Rome was not built in a single day, right? You need to start early and take advantage of it. And technology, like you said, marketing, digital marketing is key for any digital native business, like you are trying to build digital first business, as we call it, right? So I think when I talk about, when I hear about these things like digital Bharat and global Bharat things, the first thing that comes to my mind is digital has to be the fabric. That is where the thinking has to begin, to reach your target audience, target customers. And it's great to see that you are actually doing it and seeing benefits from that. So Shira, you also talked about sustainability, right? Sustainability is a talk of the town these days, right? Everything is going in that ESG domain, and I'm sure you must be doing certain initiatives and strategies to handle waste, conserve resources, and promote a circular economy in some form in the water industry, right? So how do you see this space growing into that sustainability arena over a period of next decade, let's say?
So, Prashant, I have a lot of inputs here because it's a topic very close to my heart.
Yeah.
I am currently in my life, I am in a stage where uh, I truly I travel by Blue Smart when I go to Delhi and Bangalore. I have bought electric cargo vehicles. I'll take it point by point. This is
Hmm.
something very close to my heart. So from Parsis, no, we worship nature.
Hmm.
It is the entire, uh, it is the entire being of our existence. Aava means princess of water. There is a
Hmm.
Aava day and a Aava month in the Parsi calendar. We have a puja on 23rd of March every year for that at our home. So we worship nature, and from the time I was born in 1990, my mom and my father have created a paradise of our own, where they have planted upwards of 1,000 trees and unbelievable gardens, and we get lakhs of flowers during winter, and my mom is able to grow strawberries in summer. And I invite you all. I mean, it's a great, unfortunate thing that I couldn't get all of you over, but it's a miracle to see such type of a beauty in the midst of a desert city like Ahmedabad. Now,
Absolutely.
now, what happens is that the kid may be a geek, he may be sitting on the computer like I was. I like to play video games when I was small also. But that
Hmm.
didn't stop me from going outside, playing with my dogs, enjoying my nature. When we found Ava, it was by chance. My father had a stone polishing unit. The labor told used to disconnect the water from the aquaguard and put it directly in the cooler. So, to check the health of the employee, he tested the water and it passed all the natural mineral water tests, all 78 of them.
Wow.
So that's how we stumbled upon it. So nature comes to those who worship it, nurture
Hmm.
it. And today in this rapidly industrialized India, where they are building, bridges on rivers, it is it is a very important thing to man, very close to man. So yes, today only we are, just filing our report to the Central Pollution Control Board, and I'll keep saying this word, law of the land, because in my trade people are very, they don't think much of the law of the land. But
Be
now
creative and
today's
bypass, right?
India,
Hmm.
since 2018, there is a plastic waste management law in effect.
Hmm.
Which means that you have to recycle your plastic. And I am proud to say, since 2018, I have recycled upward of 200 million plastic bottles. And
That's super.
I have not only recycled them, I have documented each and every bottle that we have recycled to our recycling partners, Recycle and Shakti. We have really done a phenomenal job. We have got a small collection unit in all our depots, which are there like Ahmedabad, Mumbai. So through Recycle and Shakti, as I told you, we recycle 200 million plus PET bottles equivalent of plastic from the environment. And due to the PWM law of 2018, now everything is geography agnostic. Means I try, say suppose I pump out 50 million bottles in Gujarat, then my endeavor has to be to collect 50 million bottles in Gujarat. But our
Hmm.
EPR law is so modern that suppose I am pushing out 100 million tons pan India and I am able to recover 150 from Gujarat. They are not comparing it currently. Although they will surely ensure that you have to become state-wise compliant, because in
Hmm.
India, what will happen is then certain states which have got sophisticated collection mechanism will have a different kind of old state like Bihar or say UP where there is not so much of organized collection. There we may see less participation from the industry, which is also not correct. So we have
Hmm.
to wait and see how the legislation evolves. But we have recycled 200 million plastic bottles. But that I think is we do it because everyone is doing it also. It's not unique now.
Hmm.
Although it's great, a small brand like Aava also cares, and we try our to try to small in the sense with these big giants you never compare. At least I am doing my bit, and I know that I recycle more bottles than I produce.
Hmm.
So in effect, in a way, I am plastic positive or neutral,
Hmm.
whatever is the word. The main saving that comes in Aava is in the water. So just to inform you, natural mineral water, there is no water rejection.
Hmm.
And to make you understand the gravity of a water like Aava, I would like to ask you a question. So currently, which society do you stay in which city?
So I'm in Noida right now.
Yeah. And in the societies,
So it's more of a open area type,
okay. But
land
I mean,
based
yeah, so
development.
if you look at a residential building in Noida,
Hmm.
typically we will have 500 flats,
Easily, easily.
right? With around 2000 people.
Hmm.
I use less water than they will use in a day, in the whole month.
Wow.
My consumption, if I manufacture 2 lakh bottles of various sizes or 3 lakh bottles a day of various sizes, my maximum, pull out from the earth is 1.5 lakh or 1.7 lakh because we don't have to first we make our containers in house so it's more hygienic than others,
Hmm.
and that helps us to just rinse the bottle once and push it forward. The rinsed water goes in our bathroom common uses, and
Hmm.
we have got agricultural fields all across our plant, so we send the water over there. That is like 10-12% of the water. 89 to 90% of the water is product water, direct bottle में जाता है, no wastage,
No RO thing, nothing.
no RO, nothing.
Hmm.
Compared to a Coke or a Bisleri,
Hmm.
they have got industrial RO system. They claim they say we will have ETP also, but I mean they waste lot of water.
Hmm.
First, your home RO, MIT did a study in Ahmedabad, shameful. 75% water rejection in a home RO. That
Hmm.
study is available on Times of India online. You can just type MIT Ahmedabad RO water filter study. 75% water rejection. RO is a water rejection technology. So Supreme Court has banned RO in cities and homes where TDS of water is
Hmm.
less than 500 TDS ppm.
Hmm.
If it is more than 500, you can keep a RO. So that's how they manipulate and sell now.
Hmm.
But actually, it's illegal. because it's a total water waste technology. So just
Yeah.
imagine, कि my dad jokes with my mom कि टीना तेरे गार्डन में मेरे प्लांट से कम ज्यादा पानी यूज होता है. Jokes like this, it's absolutely true. Although you are putting water back into the ground in a garden,
Mm,
it uses more water than my plant
mm,
because my plant is so well integrated. We have got so much technology that today, in my plant, if there is a line stoppage, immediately the water pump stops.
mm,
Everything is linked now. So if there is a bottle container blowing is stopped, then the water pump is stopped. If there is a breakdown in the end of the line packaging, the water drawing is stopped. All the efforts ultimately go to conserve the water
mm.
because water is the basic being of my Ava's existence. So we
Right.
try and preserve every drop. So water saving in Ava, when you drink 1 liter of Ava, we say you save on an average 2 to 3 liters of water.
Very
And that is
easily.
a fact. Nobody can change it because not everybody has access to such a pristine source of water.
Mm,
And this saving, I think, is much more than what we do in plastic. Plastic is law of the land. Slowly, slowly, water is also becoming law of the land. And very soon, societies will also have to take permission to withdraw groundwater
groundwater.
because CGWA is saying that now you have to take permission. And everybody says water is the next gold or water is the next oil. And the way that I see water drying up in places next to me, I
Mm,
feel that the person who will conserve his water and protect his water source will be the true winner in the end of it. Other than this aspect, we have embarked on a new journey with electric vehicles. I have
mm,
inducted a few electric vehicles into my fleet and we are piloting in Ahmedabad where we have already started doing zero emission deliveries and hopefully going forward in the future our solar dreams will also come true. We are on the verge of embarking on that journey where we are completely powered renewably. So
mm,
in terms of environment and sustainability, we do all of it. First we protect our earth. We maintain 50 to 100 acres of area around our plant. We protect our water sources very dearly. We save every drop we can. Every drop. We must be harvesting a billion liters just in rainwater.
mm,
We have built check dams in Gujarat. We have got so many rainwater harvesting structures in our plant area. And along with all this, we recycle 200 million bottles over the last 4 years. So we are doing around 50 million bottles a year in recycling. And with the electric cargo bit, I think I'm trying to be as sustainable as I get, at least in terms of reducing my carbon footprint. Although I cannot completely eliminate it, at least I have the ability to reduce it as much as I can.
mm. No, it is very important, right? Drop by drop, you can create a bigger impact.
Yes.
And being conscious is more important. Using automation is first step where you can stop wastage. Obviously there is a natural blessing that you are close to a natural water source, but then still there are many things that are required to be done to make sure that the sustainability bit happens, right? And it's great you're doing it.
We have a 20-member team doing it. I don't do anything.
No, no,
Now I
see,
just guide
vision.
them. My sister is in charge of all these various innovations and initiatives, and we are just there to support her. And truly, I am blessed to have a team which works like this more than anything else.
Absolutely, yeah. This is a team game, and team makes it a lot easier for every one of us, right?
There is no
But
doubt
at the
about
end of
this.
the day, the vision is equally important. Setting the direction is equally important, and that is where you have that superpower with you to make an impact which goes beyond your plant, your clients, to actually a larger society, at a state level, at a country level, right? That definitely happens. So yeah, I think this was very insightful. I learned more things about water than I knew before, uh, about legislations, about how sustainability can actually be practiced in an industry uh, which is which is like on a tricky point when it comes to sustainability, right? You
Yes,
clarify the difference between natural and other water source. where RO is a compulsion and where water rejection is very high. So it's great to see the work that you are doing with Aava, Shiroy. Wish you and team all the very best from my side. It's lovely meeting you every time we do, and let's meet more often. It's
Yes,
about 5 years.
I also feel the same way.